Mega Millions might not get as much hype as Powerball, but don't be fooled. This game has created more than half a dozen billionaires and a long list of millionaires. So, who are these lucky ones who won the biggest Mega Millions jackpots in history? Number 15. Edward Lojewski and Pineapple Trust, $502 million. We start with a jackpot that didn't just crown one winner, it crowned two. In October 2022, the Mega Millions pot hit $502 million, and it ended up getting split between Edward Lojewski in California and the Pineapple Trust in Florida. One ticket was sold in San Jose and the other in Bonita Springs, and both matched the winning numbers down to the last digit. Edward had to go public because California law forces it. The second winner claimed their money through the Pineapple Trust and kept their privacy. Both still walked away with more money than they could ever spend, even if they tried. Well, this jackpot turned two strangers into millionaires on the same night. The next winner took the entire pot alone. Number 14. Peace of Mind Trust, $516 million. At number 14, we have a group that clearly knew how to pick a name. The Peace of Mind Trust from Pennsylvania claimed a clean $516 million. The winner bought their ticket at a 7-Eleven, kept their identities fully hidden, and walked away with a cash payout worth hundreds of millions after taxes. It was a quiet win, handled by lawyers, financial planners, and a lot of smart thinking. Like this anonymous winner, the next one didn't split anything at all. Number 13. Larni Bibal, $522 million. Now, this one is a fan favorite. Larni Bibal is a woman from San Diego. She bought a simple $2 ticket from her local deli. She hit the jackpot worth $522 million and didn't rush to claim it. She took her time, read the full winner's guide, talked to professionals, and walked into the California lottery office like she had known this day would come. Larni picked the cash option, which was still a life-changing amount. Her win made national news because she stayed calm, private, and organized at a moment when most people would lose their minds. California released her name because they had to, but everything else about her life stayed private. And while Larni handled her moment in the spotlight, the next winners claimed their winnings through a trust. Number 12. Warren D. LLC, $536 million. Coming in at number 12 is Warren D. LLC, a family trust from Indiana. Their ticket was bought at a Speedway gas station. This ticket hit $536 million, and they became the state's first Mega Millions jackpot winners. The family was stunned. They told officials they had to recheck the numbers several times because it didn't feel real. After confirming it, they formed a trust, hired a legal team, and claimed it quietly. Indiana allows more privacy than California, so the public never saw the winners' faces. The only thing everyone knew was that a family who stopped for gas walked away with more than $500 million. But if one family winning $500 million sounds wild, wait until you hear about how 11 co-workers decided to take their shot. Number 11. 11-member office pool, $543 million. This win felt like a movie moment. 11 co-workers in Santa Clara County, California, tossed in $2 each during their lunch break. The group didn't overthink it. They picked up a few tickets, went back to work, and suddenly found out they had won $543 million. California had never seen a jackpot that big from an office pool. The winners chose not to reveal where they worked and didn't share personal details, but they did stand in front of cameras to confirm one thing, that they were all equal partners. And while this office pool stayed united, the next jackpot involved two winners who never even met. Number 10. Steve Tran and Ira Curry, $648 million. This jackpot was unforgettable. First, Ira Curry from Georgia came forward. She used family birthdays to pick her numbers and realized she had won $648 million. She claimed her half quietly and kept the rest of her life private. Then came Steve Tran, a delivery driver from Northern California. He bought his ticket during one of his work stops, forgot about it, and later found it when he was cleaning out his truck. When he checked the numbers, he ended up calling into work with the most honest excuse ever. He said, "I think I won." Both winners took the cash, and their combined stories made headlines around the world. But two winners sharing a pot still didn't compare to the next one. The jackpot after this didn't have two winners, it had three. Number 9. The Three Amigos, Merle and Patricia Butler, Anonymous, $656 million. The $656 million jackpot in March 2012 was a historic moment. It set a world record at the time, and it was split three ways. First were Merle and Patricia Butler, a retired couple from Illinois. Then came the Three Amigos. It was a group of Maryland co-workers who pooled their money and won big. And the final winning ticket belonged to an anonymous Kansas player who stayed completely hidden. 3 states, 3 winners, 3 completely different lives changed on the same night. Unlike these 3 winners who shared the same jackpot, the next entry on our list involved a sole winner. Number 8. Saul Living Trust, $810 million. At number 8, the Saul Living Trust from Sugar Land, Texas, stepped into lottery history with an $810 million jackpot. This was one of the largest single-ticket wins the state had ever seen. The trust claimed the prize, took the massive cash option, and stayed fully anonymous. Texas allows complete privacy, so no names went public. The only thing officials confirmed was the location of the winning ticket and the size of the payout, which was enormous. This win proved that huge jackpots don't always need drama. Before we step into the next winner, the jackpots stop being hundreds of millions and start crossing into billion-dollar territory. Number 7. Wolverine FLL Club, $1.050 billion. Our first billion-level jackpot goes to Wolverine FLL Club, a quiet 4-member lottery club from Oakland County, Michigan. They bought a single quick pick ticket at a Kroger supermarket and woke up to find out they were holding $1.050 billion. Even the lottery officials needed a moment to take that number in. The group stayed anonymous, as Michigan allows, and claimed their money through their club. They took the huge cash option. This brought the payout into the hundreds of millions after taxes. Their lawyer did most of the talking, explaining how the club had formed years earlier and always stayed organized. So when the big win came, there was no fighting and no confusion. Just 4 people walking into a lottery office knowing they were now billionaires. It was the largest prize ever won in Michigan. But while the Wolverine Club claimed their money as a team, the next winner stood. Number 6. Anonymous winner, $1.128 billion. In March 2024, a single ticket sold in Neptune Township, New Jersey, hit $1.128 billion. The winner stayed unnamed, which the state allows, and waited months before stepping forward to claim the prize. They picked the cash option of more than $500 million. The ticket was sold at a local ShopRite Wines and Spirits, and once the winner came forward, the store donated its $30,000 bonus to a food bank. This gave the story a small but great twist. This winner chose their own numbers instead of using a quick pick, and those numbers ended up changing their life forever. With full anonymity, no interviews, and no public appearances, the person behind this win almost disappeared from view. What made this jackpot so interesting was how long it took the winner to come forward. This kept the entire state wondering who the mystery billionaire might be. And while this winner chose silence, the next jackpot brought a wave of attention. Number 5. Rosemary Casarati, $1.269 billion. At number 5, we meet Rosemary Casarati, the famous California winner. She took home $1.269 billion in December 2024. She bought the ticket at a small Sunshine Food and Gas shop in Cottonwood, and her numbers turned her into a statewide headline overnight. California law requires full disclosure, so her name became public whether she liked it or not. Even with the attention, Rosemary stayed completely private. She let the lottery handle everything. She claimed the cash option of more than $571 million, signed the forms, and disappeared back into her normal life. This jackpot arrived during a year full of huge lottery headlines, but Rosemary's quiet, calm claim stood out because she handled the biggest prize California had ever seen with total control. And as massive as Rosemary's prize was, the next jackpot moved the spotlight back to the Midwest. Number 4. Anonymous Partnership, $1.337 billion. In July 2022, a single ticket bought at a Speedway station in Des Plaines, Illinois, hit $1.337 billion. When the winning claim finally came in months later, lottery officials revealed it wasn't one person. It was an anonymous 2-person partnership. The pair had agreed beforehand to share any winnings, which suddenly became the best agreement they ever made. They chose the massive $780 million cash option, turning them into 2 of the richest anonymous people in the country. Illinois allows for full privacy for winners over $250,000, so the public never learned their names. The winning ticket created a buying craze and became one of the most followed lottery stories of the year. It stayed in the headlines for weeks as people tried to guess who the mystery partners might be. But Illinois didn't hold the billion-dollar spotlight for long, because just a few months later, Maine stepped into the history books with its own crazy twist. Number 3. Lacoma Island Investments LLC, $1.348 billion. This jackpot was claimed by Lacoma Island Investments LLC. It was a trust formed to protect the identity of the winner. The ticket was worth $1.348 billion, and it was sold at Hometown Gas and Grill in Lebanon, Maine. It became the state's first ever Mega Millions jackpot and instantly turned a tiny town into a national news point. The winner chose the cash option of more than $723 million. But the story didn't end there. Months later, the winner filed legal action to protect their anonymity, claiming someone had tried to reveal private details. It became one of the few billion-dollar wins tied to legal drama. Reporters covered every update while the winner stayed out of sight. But even a billion-plus jackpot with a legal twist still doesn't come close to the next one. It was a win so big it broke records and stayed unmatched for years. Number 2. Anonymous winner, $1.537 billion. On October 23, 2018, a single ticket sold at KC Mart No. 7 in Simpsonville, South Carolina, hit $1.537 billion. At the time, it was the biggest single ticket win in world history. South Carolina allows anonymity, and the winner used that law to its full advantage. They took the giant cash payment and disappeared. The town became a tourist stop for weeks. Reporters filled the parking lot. People lined up to take photos outside the store where the winning ticket was sold. Even years later, the story still gets brought up every time the jackpot climbs past a few hundred million. But as unbelievable as that jackpot was, it wasn't the top. Number 1. Saltines Holdings LLC, $1.602 billion. Finally, we reached the biggest Mega Millions jackpot of all time. On August 8, 2023, a ticket sold at a Publix supermarket in Neptune Beach, Florida, hit $1.602 billion. It became the largest Mega Millions jackpot ever recorded. The winner claimed through Saltines Holdings LLC. They chose the cash option worth almost $800 million and kept every detail private. Florida allows winners to claim through trusts, so the public never learned who was behind the huge winning ticket. Now, if you think these people were lucky, wait until you see the ones who didn't win just once. They won multiple times. Watch the next video and meet the people who made lightning strike twice, and some even more.